Inside the Huddle, sponsored by Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons.
This season has been full of learning experiences for the Ames Little Cyclones, and some of those lessons were learned the hard way, but through it all, one thing that never wavered was the team's resilience. With their playoff hopes on the line, Ames High went toe-to-toe with Sioux City East. The back-and-forth game ultimately ended in a heartbreaking loss for the Little Cyclones, knocking them out of playoff contention.
I'm not going to lie, I've been doing this for I think 27 years. Friday night was probably one of the 5 most difficult losses I think we've experienced.
But like they've done all season, the Little Cyclones picked themselves back up and turned their attention to their next opponent, Waukee Northwest. Even though they may not be playoff bound, Ames still has a chance to accomplish one of their other goals this season, which is beating a strong CIML team.
That would be huge if we could knock off Northwest. You know, it's a CIML team. That's something we're yet to do. You know, that would be awesome to do that in last home game for sure of my high school career. So, you know, if we get that done, it'd be awesome.
Regardless of the outcome, one thing that can't be denied is how far this team has come this season.
I'm proud of the team, you know, sticking together and everything through everything. You know, there's times when it's easy to, you know, be at each other's throats, you know, and all the time, but I say we stuck together pretty well, you know, and that's something we're really proud of.
And despite what's happened, good or bad, you know, they come back and they're consistent and resilient. And I think that's a sign of where this program's come from in 3 years, that obviously we want to validate with wins on the field. Like, our schedule got ramped up this year, and our kids are just resilient week in and week out. And, you know, even after last week, they're excited as heck about the chance to go play a really good Waukee Northwest football team. So having that resiliency is going to be really important for this program moving forward.
The Little Cyclones trying to finish out the season with a win at home over Waukee Northwest, but the Wolves draw first blood here. They're going to give it to Harry Linen, who bulldozes his way in for the 5-yard touchdown to put Northwest on top. Just under 8.5 left in the first. Sam Johnson gets it out to Will Koenig. He gets a burst of super speed down the sidelines and just blows by everyone, takes it 54 yards to the house, and the Wolves extend their lead to 14 after the extra point. But let's move to the fourth quarter. Ames not going down without a fight. Cameron Canton-Wine finds Lane Kenny over the top for the touchdown, but it just wasn't their night tonight. Waukee Northwest finishes out the regular season with a dominant win over Ames, 49-7.